turn the dial in your truck over to AM, and you land on the stuff that has been there your whole life. The farm report, the ball game on a Sunday, the little local station that tells you when the highway is iced over or the river is coming up. And underneath all of it, the National Emergency Alert System, the signal built to reach you when the power is out and the cell towers are dead. Now here is what you need to know. 8 automakers have already ripped AM radio out of their new vehicles, and there is a fight going on in Washington right this minute over whether they get to finish the job on the rest. Understand what AM radio actually is before you let anyone tell you it does not matter. It is free. It travels far, much farther than FM, bouncing hundreds of miles to reach a truck out where there is nothing else on the dial. It needs no subscription, no cell signal, no data plan, no account, and it is the backbone of how this country warns its own people. When a hurricane knocks out the grid, when a wildfire jumps the ridge, when the cell network goes down exactly when you need it most, the emergency broadcast still comes through on AM because it was built tough and simple to survive the day everything else fails. That is not nostalgia, that is infrastructure. So here is what the automakers did. A congressional report names 8 of them that pulled AM radio out of their new models: BMW, Ford, Mazda, Polestar, Rivian, Tesla, Volkswagen, and Volvo. BMW started it all the way back in the 2014 model year, and they had a reason, though not a good one. The electric motors in their new vehicles throw off interference that muddies AM reception. Now, they could engineer around that. The shielding to fix it exists, but shielding costs money. So instead of spending it, a whole row of automakers just deleted the AM band entirely and told you it was progress. And when they were asked to just fix the interference instead of killing the feature, the industry put a price tag on the table, and the price tag tells you everything about their priorities. Their own lobbying group estimated that reducing AM interference across electric vehicles would cost the industry around $3.8 billion over 7 years. That is the number they decided your emergency signal was not worth. Understand the choice they made there. Faced with keeping a free, life-saving public warning system working in their vehicles, or saving themselves the engineering bill, they reached for the delete key. It started with the electric trucks and the EVs, which is exactly why a gas truck man cannot shrug this off as somebody else's problem. The electric F-150 Lightning, a truck, shipped without AM radio in it. That is the tell. Once these companies establish that they are allowed to strip out a free safety feature to save a few dollars, there is nothing that keeps that logic parked in the EV aisle. It spreads to whatever saves them money next, in whatever truck is easiest to do it in. The Blackout did not start in your driveway, but there is no wall stopping it from getting there. Now there is one bright spot, and it is worth your attention because it proves the whole thing can be beaten. In May of 2023, Ford reversed course. Its chief executive announced that AM was staying in every Ford and Lincoln vehicle, and Ford even pushed a software update to switch it back on in the electric trucks and cars that had already shipped without it. And they said plainly why, that AM carries the emergency alert system, and cutting it off was a mistake. But do not lose the lesson in the good news. Ford did not reverse because it had a change of heart. It reversed because it got caught, called out, and pressured, publicly and by Congress, until backing down was cheaper than looking like the company that killed the emergency signal. If a corporation deletes